to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another classic movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Werewolf of London, released in 1935. Directed by Stuart Walker, from a script by John Colton, starring Henry Hull, Warner Oland, Valerie Hobson, Lester Matthews, Lawrence Grant, and Spring Byington. Now, this was the first full-length film about a werewolf. So the relevance of this film from that only, even if it just had that, it would have that going for it. But this is a pretty damn good werewolf film, as you might know if you watched my ranking of my favorite werewolf films of all time. This film made the list. And it is very 30s-ish direction in this. It's very, camera stuck to a certain point. So it kind of has that disadvantage to it, almost the way that Dracula did in 1931. I think in some ways about this film that it overcomes those disadvantages. The performance of Henry Hull as Dr. Wilfred Glendon he's not a very likable character. He's not meant to be, but he doesn't play a very likable character. He is just centered on his research and everything. He doesn't give a shit about his own life around him, people around him. He just kinds of dismisses and everything. So he's not a very likable guy, but great performance by him in playing that character that way. He could have played him more likable and everything. He could have easily played this character the way that the later successor to this film with the Wolfman, the way that Lon Chaney Jr. did as Larry Talbot. But he chose to play him in a more different style, and it made him not very likable, of course. But kudos to him as an actor to commit to that kind of performance for the role. And then you have Warner Oland as Dr. Yogami, and Warner Oland is one actor that, he played so many characters like in this film, where he played Chinese or Chinese-American characters in it. You would think that the actor was Chinese or Chinese-American. I mean, he played Fu Manchu, he played Charlie Chan, and he played a Chinese character in this. But no, he was a Swedish-American actor. His performance in this is pretty interesting because he is the initial werewolf that ends up attacking and biting Wilfred and basically spreading the curse to him and making him a werewolf. But the one thing that I think this film doesn't do very well is its treatment of its leading lady. You have the lovely Valerie Hobson in this, playing the love interest to Henry Hull in this. And like I said, he doesn't treat any of his loved ones around him with any love and respect or anything. So it makes her character just there. She has no real reason to be there because there is no reason to have a love interest, because this character is not like the Larry Talbots of the later films and everything. But the makeup effects on Henry Hull when he turns into the werewolf were done by Jack Pierce, who had already done the makeup for the Frankenstein monster on Boris Karloff, and he did an excellent job in that, and he does an excellent job in this. Is it as good as the Wolfman's makeup on Lon Chaney Jr.? No, it is not. But it has that unique vibe to it, and being the first werewolf in a feature film, it has the distinction of being the first. So not only does he have this unique look for being the first werewolf on camera in a feature film, but it's more of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of a thing with this werewolf in here, instead of a traditional werewolf style, which makes it very unique for a werewolf film to be like that. And the makeup job, like I said, is excellent, and there are elements of this makeup job that they carried over with Universal with the Wolfman. Notably his bottom teeth being where the big fangs are sticking out instead of having fangs on both the top and the bottom, like almost like a vampire or something like that. But he is very, very intimidating and badass in his werewolf mode, and it's just an excellent film when it gets into those sequences. And those sequences are the sequences that stand out, I think, in this film. Even though it does have that 30s style vibe to it still, where it's really slow and everything, it has the distinction of having those attack scenes with the werewolf. That puts it above some of these other films in that era. So it's not a total bore fest of a film. So I like that aspect of the film. But yeah, this is a very, very good first attempt for a werewolf film for Universal, for doing these Universal Monsters films and everything. So always a favorite of mine, and I will rewatch it numerous times. It is that great, in my opinion. So my final review for Werewolf of London, I am going to give this film a 8.9 out of 10. It is a very well made and, although dated by the standards of how it's shot, but the effects work and some of the performances like Henry Hall, Warner Oland, really make up for it in there. So, but what do you guys think of Werewolf of London? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies, TV series, or ranking videos on this channel that I might not normally cover, become a Plus member. Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.